Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss inheritances, types of inheritances. How many types of inheritances? Last class we discussed. Simply, what is an inheritance? An inheritance is a one of the concepts in OOPS. Okay, all of you. So this is most important concept in object-oriented programming languages. Okay. Then inheritance. Deriving a new class from an existing one is called an inheritance. Clear, all of you? Deriving a new class from an existing class is known as inheritance. So how many types of inheritances? There are 6 types of inheritances. Yesterday I gave definition of inheritance. What are the types of inheritances? I explained. Then today, simply what is an inheritance? Then what are the access specifiers available in inheritance concepts? Yesterday we discussed. Okay, simply inheritance. The mechanism of deriving new class from an old class is called inheritance. What is new class? What is old class? So old class is also known as base class or parent class. Clear? Base class or parent class. The new one is called as child class or derived class. Clear, all of you? So inheritance already discussed. Already I gave in the previous gave the definition of inheritance and types of inheritances in the previous class. Okay, clear. So simply I repeating these contents. Advantages of inheritance. Then these 4 are the advantages of inheritance. The 2 marks question. Write and explain. Simply define an inheritance. What are the advantages of inheritance? Or define an inheritance. What are the disadvantages of inheritance? Advantages of inheritance. Code can be reduced. So we can use the same code again and again. Clear? So wherever you want, you can call the same code with the help of classes and functions. Okay, using inheritance concept. Clear? The same code we can repeat the same code again and again. Clear? The derived class can also extend the properties of base class to generate more dominant objects. So the derived class extends the properties. So simply it derives the properties from the base class. It can accept the values of the base class and extends and increase the values. Clear? That is extends properties base class to generate more dominant objects. Clear? The same base class is used for more derived classes. Clear? The same base class is used for more derived classes. Okay. Then when a class is derived from more than one class, the derived class have similar properties to those of base classes. Clear? These 4 are the advantages of inheritance. Next one, disadvantages of inheritance. Complicated, because then there are more classes. So then which is the base class, which is the derived class? Then what are the sub-derived classes? What are the intermediate derived classes? Then more classes and derived classes available in the programming. So then little bit complicated. Which one is called here? Which one is called here? The users can understand little bit difficult. That's why this is the complicated. That is one of the disadvantages of inheritance. Clear? Then the second disadvantage, invoking member functions creates overhead to the compiler. Simply little bit confused, the compiler will. So in class hierarchy, various data elements remain unused and the memory allocated to them is not utilized. Clear? So some classes unwanted variables defined, but we never used those variables. Simply those occupy some memory, wastage of memory. Clear? These 3 are the disadvantages of inheritance. Clear? Access specifiers. How many types of access specifiers? Mainly 3 types of access specifiers. The first one is private, second one is public, and protected. These 3 are the access specifiers in inheritance and C++. Clear? Next, what is public visibility. The public data members can be accessed directly outside of the class. We know. Clear? The private members are accessed by the public member functions of the class. Clear, all of you? The protected members are same as private, but only the difference is protected members are inherited while private members are not inherited. Clear? Protected members are inherited. The base class, this means the base class protected members are inherited in a derived class. So those members are acting as private. But base class private members are not inherited, not derived. Clear, all of you? Only protected members of the base class inherited in the derived class. Clear? So simply those variables are acting as private in the derived class. The protected variables in the base class, those variables are acting privately in derived class. Clear? Okay. This is the general syntax of the class, derived class. Here class, name of the derived class. Class is a keyword. Then name of the derived class and colon operator. This is the most important. And access specifier, name of the base class. Access specifier, private, public, protected, and the name of the base class. So what is the name of the base class? We should write here. Clear? Then these are the members and member functions, same as in the previous functions. Clear? So that is the general syntax. This is an example A, public B. Then this is a function. Clear? Here class A is the name of the class. Here keyword is a class. Then colon operator, inherited. B class is inherited with the public visibility mode. Clear? Here public visibility mode. This is called derived class declaration. Clear? So one more declaration. The class A, private B, class A, protected B. These three are the access specifiers. Here class A, this is a derived class. Okay. The access visibility of the B class in the derived class is public. Clear? This is a class A, this is a derived class. Then the access visibility of the base class is private. Then this is a class, derived class. The access visibility of the base class is protected. Clear, all of you? Then these are the examples of the derived classes. Clear, all of you? Next one, public derivation. In public derivation, all the public members of base class become public members of the derived class. In public derivation, all the public members of the base class, those are acting as public in derived class. Then there is no change. Clear? Derived class. And protected members of the base class and protected members of the base class becomes protected members of the derived class. Private members of the base class will not be inherited. Remember, private members of the base class will not be inherited. Public members of the base class inherited in publicly. Protected members of the base class inherited in protectedly. Then private members of the base class will not inherited. Clear, all of you? Remember, okay? In the public derivation, this is an example. Hash include stream.h, then your class, base class. So this is the class base, then public integer x. X is a public variable, class derived public base. This is a derived class, public base. This is the base class. Then this class derive the data from the base class in public visibility, in publicly. Clear? So now it is int and x. X is an integer variable. The visibility of this variable is public. So in this derived class, x is also acting as public. Clear? So integer y. Then this is the main function. In the main function, derived d. D is an object of the derived class where d dot x equal to 10, d dot y equal to 20. Display x value and y value, then return x value equal to 10 and y value equal to 20. Clear? Then the next one is private derivation. In private derivation, all the public and protected members of this base class become private members of the derived class. So like this one, In the private derivation, class A, private B, class A, private B. So in this derivation, so here all the public and protected members of the base class become private members of the derived class, and private members of the base class will not be inherited, clear. So then all the public and protected members of the base class becomes private members of the derived class, either public variables and protected variables in the base class. Those variables are acting as private in derived class. That's enough. So this is an example here. Public integer x, the derived class, the base class is deriving in privately. Clear? Now y, here derived x equal to 10, y equal to 10. Then integer x is acting as private variable. Clear? Then show member x and y, then output equal to 10 and 20. Clear all of you? This is the main function, derived d. So where d is an object, at the object creation time, the constructor member function will invoke. At the same time, these values are assigned into the x and y. Simply, this is a derived. This method is called constructor method, constructor function. The constructor method name and class name are the same. Clear? Constructor method name and class name are the clear. So that's why this is called constructor member function. So when it invokes at the object creation time, the constructor member functions will invoke. Then initialization of an object, automatically initialization of object. Now d value equal to d dot x equal to 10 and d dot y equal to 20. Clear all of you? Then d dot show function will invoke, then display x value, y value, then return. Clear? This is the private visibility. Privately inherited. The base class is privately inherited in the derived class. The base class private, public and protected members are acting as private in the derived class. The base class private members will not accept in the derived class. Clear? Remember all of you. The last one is protected derivation. In protected derivation, all the public and protected members of the base class becomes protected members. Clear? All the public and protected members of the base class becomes protected members of the derived class, and private members of the base class will not be inherited. In 3 cases, private members will not be inherited: in public mode, in private mode, and in protected mode. Clear? So in the public mode, all the public members and member functions are acting as publicly in the derived class. Okay, in the public visibility. In the private visibility, all the public and protected variables are acting as private in derived class. Clear? In the protected visibility, all the protected and public variables are acting as protected only in the derived class. Protectedly in the derived class, remember. So these two are the examples. This is an example program. Here base class integer x. This is a public integer x base class. Then derived class protected base class. Then here derived class. This is a derived class. This is inherited the base class. Okay, inherited the base class. Extract the base class properties in protected way, because the visibility of this inheritance is protected inheritance. That's why here public integer x. In this class, x is a public variable, but in this derived class, x is acting as a protected variable, because then there is a protected derivation, protected visibility is there. That's why x is acting as protected variable in the class derived. Clear? So then your max number and y number same output. So yesterday we discussed these concepts. Then we want to discuss, tomorrow we are going to discuss types of inheritances. Types of inheritances. What is an inheritance? inheritance. Deriving data from the base class, this is new class. This is deriving the data from the base class. Clear? So deriving a new class from an existing one is called an inheritance. Deriving a new class from an existing one is called as inheritance. Clear? Types of inheritances. How many types of inheritances? Mainly 6 types. Mainly 4 types. Online bit, assessment bit. Okay. Mainly 4 types. So single inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multi-level inheritance. Okay. So then 6 types of inheritances: single inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and multi-path inheritance. What is single inheritance? What is multiple inheritance? What is hierarchical inheritance? What is hybrid inheritance? What is multi-level inheritance? Then what is multi-path inheritance? We will discuss one by one concepts. Clear? Then we will discuss one by one concepts. Then this is a single inheritance concept. In this type of inheritance, one derived class inherits from only one base class. So in this concept, in the single inheritance concepts, a derived class is deriving the data from the base class. Here, only one derived class, only one base class. One derived class, one base class. Clear, all of you? So in this type of inheritance, one derived class inherits from one base class only. It is the simplest form of inheritance. It is the simplest form of inheritance. Clear? So see the diagram, all of you. This is a base class. This is a derived class. B is a derived class. This class is deriving the data from the base class A. Only forward direction from top to bottom. But then there is no reverse direction. Backward direction not available in this inheritance concepts. Remember, all of you. So now A is a base class and B is a derived class. B class is deriving the data from the A class. B class is deriving the data from the A class. But A class will not derive the derived class properties. For example, our property asking money for us? No. Why? We are the child. Who is earning? Our father is only earning. That's why we are extracting, we are collecting money from our father. Clear? Our father is a base class. He is giving, not asking. He is giving, not asking. Clear? He is giving, he is sending, he is giving. Okay? A base class is sending instructions to the derived class B. B is a derived class. In this example, B is a derived class. Then A is a base class. So B is deriving all the properties of a derived class. B is inherited. B is inheriting the properties of A class. Clear? So here A is the base class and B is the derived class. Here A is the base class and B is the derived class. Clear? All of you? So what is the definition of inheritance? An inheritance, a old one, a new class is deriving the data from the old class. A new class, this is the B class. Then what is the base class or old class? That is A class. A new one is deriving the data from the old one. From the a new one, this is B is a new one, then this is A is a old one. That is the definition of inheritance. B class is extracting information from the A class. Clear? All of you? Then this is single inheritance. Okay. Then the next one is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. In this type of inheritance, a class, the name implies multiple. Then there are more base classes, only one child class. More base classes, only one child class. For example, there are two or more parents. For example, our father and our small father, simply our uncle. Those two are brothers. But our father having one child, but our small father having no child. Clear, all of you? Our uncle having no child. Then simply, what is his property? We are deriving our father property and also our uncle property. Clear, all of you? Then here also same situation. There are one or more base classes, two or more base classes, only one derived class. Simply a derived class deriving the data from the base classes. A derived class deriving the data from the base classes. Clear, all of you? So then multiple inheritance, many base classes, only one derived class. One derived class deriving the data from all the base classes. This is called multiple inheritance. Clear? Okay. Then the remaining tomorrow we will discuss. Okay, all of you. Then this is the multiple inheritance. Bye.